Good evening, everyone. We're back again. It's North America. It's round 13. Third last round here for our ACC Sprint Series. And we're at Suzuka for another fantastic endurance race, 60-minute race tonight, followed by Split Red, who are doing the same. 24 cars looks like are going to be dancing around tonight here for Split Blue. Which is good numbers. I'm on board with Kenneth Portis at the moment. Just managed to sneak in starting this stream on time. May have sped home. Cannot confirm nor deny. G'day Hooley. And g'day everyone else out there. Strangely, we have not seen a single ounce of precipitation in Suzuka for this round. It looks like that trend's continuing. So, qualifying's held at 2 PM on the Sunday of an event on ACC, with the race taking part at 7 o'clock over 3 time multiplier to go to 10. At least you didn't do a burger, do a 180. No, I definitely didn't do 180. Maybe did a 180 park. I'll tell you who's going to be doing a 180 tonight. This man. G'day, Mads. G'day, Zooms. How are we finding the additions and changes so far for ACC of the 1.6 update? Personally, in the small time that I've had to get out on track, I've really enjoyed it. Hey Pat, hey Firelord, thanks for the sub there, SCOTUS. So tomorrow night we're going to be doing some open lobbies, or I'll say public lobbies, on Imola. But we'll see how we play that out, because we might just put it as a password protected public server so we can have a bigger, larger grids, as well as try and dumb down the incidents early on, because it's I'm happy to say, or not happy to say, that turn 1 in Imola just as claustrophobic. See, clusterphobic? Don't worry. As Monza turn 1. Hey JC. It is a very fun circuit. So also tonight we have our OOR Racing 5 race mini series continuing for round 3. We will put some more details up on our Discord and Facebook pages this afternoon. I managed to do a 42.3 or 42.1 at Imola. I've only ever really driven Imola yesterday, the day before, or whenever it was out, and the day after. It was so much fun. 2 minutes .4 here for Jaden Burke in the Mercedes. The general consensus at the moment is there's about 3 or 4 tenths people are finding that they've lost after the update. But most cars have reported the changes in that aspect, and I think people will find it again. They just have to probably tweak their setups a little bit to counter for the new tyre model. Oh, it is really fun track. It's got a bit of everything. 3 thumbs up from Mads. Mads is born in Chernobyl. Warm tyres probably is just pretty much just doing laps. There's no real trick to it. We may take a couple laps to warm up, and about lap 3 they're in a good window. Kind of like how the GT4s are. I'm still on board again for Portis, who's P2 at the moment, I might add. Still 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 drivers yet to... Sorry. 10 drivers yet to set a time. 25 out there tonight. So 27.3 to 27.9 is the still that recommended tyre window. His Worden goes to 59.5, so he's managed to find some extra time, and the Aston will get close to his times that he was setting. Yeah, so the GT3s, or currently with the tyres, they kind of slide a little bit more and not like really grabbing to the track. So when you sometimes oversteer and the car just goes, you can kind of sledge into it, or if it's understeer, you kind of slide out of it. I really like it. But for the rest of our season, we'll be doing the 2019 BOP, so that won't change too much due to performance of the cars in relation to each other on each circuit. But that tyre model, or the tyre physics, does change. The Ferrari's been a bit more, what's the word, a bigger improver than I was expecting. But it is only one track we've tested it. Merc feels good. Merc just feels like the Merc. Oh, we're giving Portis a lot of love here. So let's go on board with... Let's give Fares a bit of a play here in the Ferrari. The Evo will be replacing the current model Ferrari for Season 5 in our sprint. For our endurance series and our special events, we'll be allowing the old Ferrari to be involved if people would like to use it. If people don't want to purchase the challenge DLC pack. If you've got a spare $12, just chuck it into it. Thanks for the host there, King Champ. I really do like Suzuka. So for our endurance series next year, do you want some of the tracks that we're considering? Can definitely confirm Monza and Nürburgring are definitely two tracks, and most likely Suzuka as well. So those three, let's say. And the other two could be probably Laguna Seca and Barcelona. Haven't quite finalised it yet. 3 new circuits for our special events next year: Paul Ricard, Imola and Silverstone. Let the red Lexus run and I'll... No. Hopefully Forrest can get a lap in now. 5 seconds to go, he's not going to get another chance. You know why? I've said it everywhere. If people want to use Lexus, they just have to race in another group. He does get a time in. P20. Doesn't look like Hendrickson's going to be setting a time. Maybe he has a qualifying ban. I'm not sure. Worden, Lee, Burke, 1, 2, 3 so far. Lee and Burke are on hot laps at the moment. Hassar is in the top 6. Hendrickson does have a qualifying ban. Has been confirmed. We have Kogan and Johnson out there on the Audi. Best of luck to you two gentlemen today. It isn't a great car around here, if I'm being honest. Burke looking to get the suck there. He's on pace at the moment for his current time. He only needs to find 5/100ths to jump his teammate. Burke's been a big improver this season. He's found a 10th. I think he's going to get his teammate here and jump on the front row. And he does. Nice lap there. 202.3. Double yellow. I don't know what you call that thing there. A widget. Did V20. What does it say? SAS Technologies. It's a very cool addition to these cars. It's plugged into itself. Very impressive. Rightio, so usual suspects at the front here with Worden, Burke, Lee, Portis. Bellinger's done quite well there in the McLaren. It's not a bad car around here. Assar. It's got 3 Pro-Ams in the top 10. Sosa a little bit further down than we expect him. He's currently P2 in the championship. Which we'll quickly suss out for you. And there we go. It's just this split that does that for. But as you can see how close it is. It's that close you can't even tell. Do current driver stats work in this split? Definitely work in the next split. Negative. So obviously there's an error on one of our sheets. What are we expecting for this race? It's the similar track temperature, ambient temperature. There's no wind whatsoever. Overcast. Expecting the Audi in the wall. That is one of life's little certainties. Death, taxes, and Audi in the fence at 130R here at Suzuka. Let's just go look at its graveyard right here. Oh, that's a bit of a cut. No safety car today again. And for this split, unfortunately, it's been put in the shed. There's been no safety cars or virtual safety cars so far for any round 13 race at Suzuka. It's just one of those tracks. If you're very respectful in Sector 1, some say that you can hear the ghost of Scruff swearing when the wind blows. Oh, I can hear it already. I don't even think you need to try and listen. He predicted well though. He was P2. Most of split red last night for Asia Pacific. Social distancing is not happening here in Japan. I do like the subtle addition that they've added for the Imola for the crowd, where all the crowd are wearing masks. They haven't social distanced though, but they do have their masks on at least. So great to see there from Italy. Bro, do you race or just commentate? Both. this season a lot more commentating. But if I did race, it'll be on a Tuesday night at the moment and on a Sunday night. Whoa. Van Vork, everyone forgets. Bentley's a bit further down. It's a pretty strong car around here. BMW's not too bad around here as well. Most cars aren't too shabby around here. But it depends how confident you are at the circuit. It's a pretty technical track. That's all good, mate. Welcome from the UK. We do have quite a few UK viewers. The tea drinkers. I just noticed the weighbridge there. I assume that's a weighbridge. Alright, so just recapping. First 6 splits we've had this round. There haven't been a safety car for the turn 1 or lap 1. It's been quite clean. Obviously with any type of racing, accidents do happen in turn 1. And in this case it could happen at any time of the sector 1 all the way through past the Degners. I think people are mostly respectful at this track, knowing how easy it is to lose it at the S's. Right, they're going to bunch up now, about ready to go here at Suzuka. Doesn't look like we're going to have any rain for this round. Commentator's curse. I'm trying. I really, really am. I shouldn't though. Or should I? Alright, we're away. Green lights here at Suzuka for round 13. 72, or the 22 Porsche, sorry, of Sousa's had a great start. Pushing Hussar on the outside. Oh, a bit of a bang there between the Audi and the Aston. Audi just saves, sorry, the Aston just saves it. Bunches up a little bit at the back. The Audi's around at the rear, the BMW, the Ferrari. There's another BMW, there's a Nissan that's had to avoid, but this is why no safety car comes out, because you get back on track real quick. And nothing happened. I don't know what you saw. So they continue on. Very, very lucky. Sousa's had a great start. I think he started 7th, maybe 8th. I'll take that back. He hasn't had a good... No, update your timing sheet. I thought that was the quicker thing this patch. So Sousa up to 4th. He's chasing down these Mercedes. And then there's just an absolute gaggle. And this will continue on for several laps, unless there's an incident. Fabio's up 3 positions. Hussar's down about 3 positions. We've lost 1 Audi down Jake Battle. No, sorry, Jake Battle is it. So there's 3 Audis in this split. Which one will die first? Take your bets. Will it be this man, 176 Colin Johnson? If they're going to go too wide at 130R on lap 1 with cold tyres, it'll be you. He's tucks in, that's a good decision. It's such a lottery in that car here. Oh, Hussar makes a nice move over there, and Fabio and Dave. 2 of our rookie stewards, our rookie series stewards, should I say. Doing a stellar job. Worden's just... I don't think he's going to be caught today unless he makes a mistake somewhere. So Hussar started about 6th and just got caught up with something in turn 1 or turn 2. Dropped a few places. This is how easy it is. But there's no one on the pits lap 1. That's It's an unusual sight, to be honest, but a great sight to see. Nothing worse than having to thrust your car into the pits lap 1 due to something that's happened. Hendrickson, who started at the back with the qualifying bands, up to 14th already. What a mission. Just have to show some patience here. It's not an easy track to overtake on. That's forcing the issue, and that's probably why. Oh, and then he's crabbed. Wow. Okay, that's wow. And then he's killed another car. Wow. Fuck it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what you call lag. Packet loss resulting in 2 cars just not happy with themselves. That's rip. Hopefully the stewards see that, because unfortunately something might have to happen with the Hendrickson's connection if that persists. It's really unfortunate, but that's just a part of online racing, is where your internet plays a big factor in your races and other people's races, and if it's not good, then you can't race. He's had a couple of issues in the past. I've seen him hit over 4,000 ping at one stage, but he's got himself an Ethernet cable and been a lot better. But sometimes your service provider's just having a mare, and you can just see him crabbing around a bit. So it looks quite ominous. Yellow flag, number 9. That's Andrew. No, it wasn't Andrew Graves. It was his old number. It's Jack Linder. The BMW around at 130R. So 31's in the pits. That's Calvin Wolf. And 570's in the pits. That's Dixon Hurst. Very close there, the Bentley and the Ferrari. Hendrickson's going to look on the inside here at Spoon. Anderson's gone a bit deep. You just see that Honda just shaking a little bit. Out the front though. Worden, 4.5 seconds. Oh, someone's gone deep. Who's that? It's the McLaren. Could be Bellinger. As Worden goes quicker again. Audi's still going well. Portis, I can't remember where he started, but these two have had a pretty good battle during this season at some stage. Lee's right on the back of his teammate, P3. It's hard to know where to look. There's just so many good battles going on at the moment. As I was saying before, a very hard circuit to overtake. It's the Dan Maxwell of circuits, and I mean that in a respectful way, Dan. Oh, that's death. No, that's just an assisted drifting. Very cute. Here by Team Mercedes. Oh, everyone's just compressing up very tightly. Still, we are nearly 10 minutes in and everything's pretty close still. Looks like Hendrickson's got past another car, so he's past Anderson now, and he's chasing down this man, Tommy Kogan, in the HMSA death trap, as is a huge incident at the hairpin. We might watch that one back. There's a lot of cars involved there. Just a lot of cars. Alright, let's go suss that one out. That one looks quite juicy. Bang. So it's the Audi of Battle. Has sent a battle and a warning out to Graves. And the Lamborghini just loses it itself. That's Evans. Is there a charity spin there for Evans? Feels bad for Graves, so he lost it on his own. It's the type of man he is. Nice man. Could this battle end like Hamilton and Rosberg did at Spain in 2016? You'd hate to see it in this. You'd love to see it in the real F1, but you hate to see it in this. I think the battle between these two are going to come down to the pit stops. Oh, it's got a bit wide there. That's easy to lick the car. It's got to be patient and get back on the throttle. Good save. 570s round. That's Dixon. He's lost it at 130R. All by himself. This happens so often. Henriksen absolutely sending it there on Fabio. Probably just needs to dial it down about 16 notches. Nothing too severe, just 16. So the championship has already been won by Andrew Worden. So congratulations, Andrew, claiming the championship last week at Laguna Seca. But the battle for second, third, final two spots on the podium for the championship are still up for grabs. This man in front of us here, in front of Bellinger. It's going to be Dinky Dory. Oh, he's done very well there. He just has got a bit of a train behind him. One of each car. So Porsche, McLaren, Audi, Aston, Honda. Love to see it. A good mix. Close racing. Hendrickson's on the back of this. He's been very rapid since the start of the race, starting from the back of the grid. But he's been super aggressive in his overtakes. He's got to be careful. Has caused a couple of incidents already. And his internet is not helping at all. 31's around. That's Calvin Wolf. So Calvin and Dixon Hurst have both lost the car, and Calvin's old F Ford again. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's what the kind of what the track does to you. Calvin did get spun early on in this race. Spoon's a very interesting corner. You need a lot of throttle patience, but at the same time you don't want to wait too long to get on there. See the tyre marks here at 130R. Oh my goodness, in the background. Hendrickson. This car to zoop through the fence. 271 is around. That is Jeff Lacey. So Lee, Portis. Portis is making good progress on Lee here. He's got past Sosa a couple of laps ago. He's really hunting down that podium chance. But these are good battles. Johnson's having a stellar race in the Audi. Kogan's P11. Battles pitted early. He did spin a car, so that's his own real fault. As Hendrickson sends it again at the hairpin. He's just so lucky to not make contact. Oh, it's got a bit deep there at Spoon. So let's watch the Audi go through 130R. Is it a downshift prior to turning, or is it just a lift? It's going to stay fifth, so it's just a lift. Takes precision accuracy in this car at some tracks. But if you do it, it's a very rewarding car. You definitely have a love-hate relationship with the Audi if you drive it. Just behind, Dave Assar. Completely different type of car altogether. And what it likes, what it can do. Understeers there, just taking a bit too much speed. Good news for any South Aussies out there. Our lockdown is ending early. Great to hear. Jeez, they've called that early. Why the early? They'll be asymptomatic for nearly 10 days if you have it, or just the whole time. Well, keep doing the right thing, everyone. 126 picks up a 10-second penalty for a collision on lap 4. That's good. Nope, sorry. That's battle. Gould's 124. Go on, Mike. McLaren. Oh, just losing the rears. Well, F in chat there for Portis, who's been binned. Just watch that back. I was on a different view, so I couldn't quite see exactly what transpired there. Oh, wow. Well, helps if I was in drive. So Sosa, at least he got binned before the pits. That was very convenient. We'll go back up to this battle. Lee, Portis, Bellinger, Johnson. Hendrickson dropped back to P10. Winning code. Thank you for the Twitch Prime there, sir. Hope you've been enjoying the rookie series. Fabio and Dave, inseparable, not just off track, but also on track. Is this a better love story than Twilight? There's not a sweeter man in OOR though than Fabio. He pays me to say all these things, just so you know. Nixon's dropping back a few spots. Great news for South Australians in Australia. With their lockdown ending a bit earlier. Make sure all of you are still staying safe. Take everything seriously. Remember, even if there's no cases in your area, still social distance. Still keep washing your hands. If you're heading into a hospital, wear a mask. It's not about you, it's about everyone. And those in the States, stay safe. I know you guys are having a very tough year. But much love from us down here in Australia. And I guess you Canadians can have a bit of a love as well. And the Mexicans and the Brazilians. 570, 15 seconds for speeding in the pits. It just, when it rains, it pours here for drivers. Paul Dixon got spun early on. Lost it at 130R, and now he's good at speeding in the pit pen. What did Hendrickson get? I think he's off the... Yeah, he's being removed now. Hendrickson, his internet's not playing nice. And he, lot of speed today, but killed 3 men. He's actually got let off pretty easy for the first couple. And it sucks. Like, I know it's not drivers' fault about their internet connections, but it's no one else's fault either. Yeah. Occasionally the poor man does have internet issues. He seemed to have fixed the latency, but there's the packet losses normally the killer in these types of games. Because 1 minute the car's there, the next minute it's not. Oh, it's early apex there for Dave. Early turn in. You say that, Bakita, but P1, as is comes in. So Kogan's pitted, Sosa's pitted, obviously due to a collision in the last chicane. South Australia's lockdown will lift early after it was revealed a close contact link to the Woodville Pizza Bar deliberately misled contact tracers. Can someone... What was the lie? What? I'd love to know. We'll practice through the week. I'm going to be jumping on. I love Paul Ricard. Ferrari's actually pretty quick in a straight line there. Actually, most cars are. The funny one is that Mercedes isn't usually the higher top speed there. The Nissan is a fucking rocket. Oh, that's pretty bad. Why lie about that stuff? I hope you get in trouble for that, because it could cost people a lot of money. Alright, so we started with 25, we have 22 left. 22 to survive Suzuka, and 3 of them are Audis. Oh gee, that's a big chance of rain. At the moment it seems like our chances of rain are about 8.5. No, I wouldn't even say that actually. 0.85% chance. Whilst we have a bit of a down moment here at the race, as someone's coming out of the pits, and Colin Johnson uses all of the track there to get past the blue flags. They've done that reasonably okay. Does anyone drink kombucha? I've been told to replace one of my iced coffees with a kombucha each day for my gut health. And I've had kombucha in the past and it just tastes like vinegar. But I'm happy to give it a shout or a shot. But has anyone got any recommendations? What's a good flavour? .44 is around. Oh, 44 is around in the pits. That's an interesting spot to lose it. .109. Oh no, Jaden Burke, who was in P2, has been caught speeding in the pit lanes. The cops have nabbed him. Said, pull over, Jaden. You're over the speed limit, mate. Here's a fine of 15 seconds. I've heard good things about kombucha for good bacteria into your stomach. Gut health plays an important role in lots of facets of your own health, and this is turning now to a health stream. You're welcome. So yeah, I thought I'd see if anyone on Twitch has any ideas of what's a good one to get stuck into. Apparently you can make your own kombucha. Fuck that, don't have time. I tell you, he does have time to make his own kombucha. That's Andrew Worden in P1. It's just... my mouse has disappeared. There it is. Here he is. That sounds very rough. Not only are you getting the acidic taste of the vinegar, ginger and lemon, mind you, which are very good for you, like as a hot drink as well. They're pretty strong. Yeah. I've touched one of my girlfriend's kombuchas. I've tried a few, but I've never made it through a whole one. I'm going to try it today. I'm actually going to try it. Vikings just walked in and gone, what the hell are we talking about? Is there a race? What? Don't click that. Phrasing. I didn't say nothing. So just like that, Portis is a big chance here for a podium. Those that he's battling, Lee, well, the Mercedes of Lee and Burke, is right up the back of Lee now, and Burke does have a 15-second penalty. Phrasing and context, exactly. That's why Twitch is so dangerous. So silly. Slip of the tongue, even though it wasn't a slip, that's just awesome. Yeah, no, Portis is immune to a curse. This man's built for a race. He's a bit nah. He doesn't really care too much about qualifying. He'd rather do it out there and overtake people. Just don't set anywhere near 130R. Very true. The graveyard, the Honda graveyard, and Audi graveyard, or scrapyard. I just want to see some rain, just for one split. Well, Red hasn't had a single drop of rain, I don't think, all season. It's been staggeringly crazy. Yeah, it sounds frustrating. As Keith Briscoe's in chat, he's racing in split red. I think Keith wants some rain by the sounds of that comment. Fun times. So just a reminder to those competing in the North America ACC series, next week's race will be on the Wednesday night. So we've changed it for you guys in states who have Thanksgiving on the Thursday. So make sure you lock that in your diaries that the race will be on the Wednesday night, not the Thursday. A special treat for you. Also, we have the 80 for 80 special event on December the 19th. Make sure you sign up for that. That'll be a lot of fun. As well as we're likely to have a final series for North America. So there'll be pro finals on the Thursday in a few weeks' time. We'll be announcing the top 20 in those categories over the weekend. We have another 5 to 10 slots still up for grabs for the remainder of the last 2 rounds. Yeah, Spa. Well, at Suzuka, we've got the obviously 100 for 100 in the Asia Pacific region. If you're in Europe as well and you want to get involved, what's the best time zone for you guys? It's probably a little bit late, maybe right now. But Europe, you can get involved in the North American series as well if you like. My anniversary is on December the 1st, so you need to update the Rookie Series race too. Sure, that's fair. Oh, I could send your better half some flowers. That's what they were like. "22 minutes 15.3 is pretty quick. Does the SRO, they've got really low temps, don't they? Stupid settings. Our classification ones were just basing it off optimum track, 30 degrees, static, 12 degrees to ambient. What the fuck is this? That's not legit. Hey, Sakami. Jeez, I hope I've said that right, bud. Thanks for the raiding, man. Hope things are going well for you. I like your stream setup. I saw a little clip earlier today. Your headquarters, your viewing, your broadcast quarters. I like it. What did I say this time, Viking? Get the f out of here. Love you, mate. How you going with the music as well, Sakami? Is that how you say it? I feel like my Australian accent's butchering it. You got it, Sakami. Get out. Just get out. Go and get. You can suck me, Viking. G'day, TC. So 28 minutes to go here for round 13. It's split red, split blue. All the colours. Something must have happened to Fabio. He's a lot further down the order than he was sitting prior to his pit stop. Putting pressure on his teammate as there's a Ferrari coming out. He's had to tuck in there. This is going to be disastrous. Anderson does the right thing though and doesn't force the issue. Not having the pace out of the pits. But they continue on side by side here through Sector 1. So close. Sosa's a bit further down as well as he started. But as we know, he got spun in the last chicane here. The last chicken. Welcome to the grid there. I'm an eagle. Sakame. 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 It's... I never even thought of what you guys are talking about before you said it. I like it. I like the name. Big boy on big boy action. It's boat versus boat. It's ship versus ship. It's the HMAS. I know my ships. Fabio versus the USS Anderson. We'll go with Trevor. Trevor sounds good. Nothing wrong with Mike and Butchers. Why? Why are you turning... Are you frustrated, Viking? Are you frustrated? Get your mind out of the gutter. Put it right in my basket. Anyway, it's Suzuka. Fucking hell. The Suzuka, whatever the thing that is, looks good, doesn't it? Don't even know what I'm doing. Catch your Twitch. Nah, anyway. Andrew Worden leads the way by about 4 days of Jaden Burke. Jaden Burke with the 15-second penalty for speeding in the pits. At this rate, he's going to drop a lot of positions. He's going to drop below Lee, Portis, Bellinger, Johnson, Hassar, possibly. Amazing. Don't know about that. What is amazing though is Andrew Worden. This man has been found to have run into a burning building to retrieve kittens, whilst covered in nothing but sheep wool, as opposed to cow wool. G'day, Muff. Yeah, it's a lot closer together. A few more cars does help. He might have put the kittens in the fire first. He might have lit the fire himself. But this is just mere speculation. I'm sorry, Split Red, but I really do hope it's bucketing down for you guys. It hasn't rained in your split all season, and you need some water. We can't live without water. I know there's a couple of drivers that would really love that to be wet. Salomon's been screaming for rain. It might come back to bite him because he is in the Audi. And the Audi around here, meh. Audi around here in the wet, meh. Not great. Not great at all. The boats are inseparable. Something docking. I'll leave that up to you guys. Oh, he sends it inside. What a move there by Piftul. Anderson, very complacent. Or just a nice person in general to let him through. Yeah, you don't want to you don't want to Google that term. Especially at Urban Dictionary. I haven't tried the wet since the 1.6 update. You won't regret it. Yes, you will. Mistakes were made. Hassar's about to have a couple of boats approach his bow? Is that the right boating terminology? Whoa. Maybe that isn't. Oh, sorry, it's Dixon. So good moves there. Portis has fallen back a little bit off Lee around that pit stops. He was catching. He was about 1.2 seconds behind. He's dropped down to 3.7. He could have lost it in the pits, or he could have made a mistake somewhere here. It's highly probable. Kogan living his best life in the Audi. Wasn't excited for this race whatsoever. Can't really blame him. Audi though is a very nice car around Paul Ricard next week. So swings and roundabouts. Just a reminder, if you are in North America, we have our special event on the 19th. 80 minutes for 80 cars around Spa. It can be any car you like. Any car you like. Bring it. It's like a track day. With some quirky little rules and that involved. It's going to be a safety car and a medical car. I'll leave it to you. 2019 for round 3, and we'll decide after that once we get a bit more data. We will switch over to 2020 at some stage prior to Sprint Series next season. So 21 cars still out there. Hendrickson wasn't able to rejoin. I think he's been told that the connection was just a bit too unstable tonight. You can, which is funny, but again, haven't done enough testing. If, like, say for example, the 2019 BOP with the new Ferrari Evo or the Mercedes 2020, if it's like massively better, it's pointless doing 2019 with them. So far, we've only switched everyone to, or kept everyone to the 2019 cars. So sit tight. Yeah, that's what I mean, but I'm not sure if they balance well with the 2019 BOP. So here we go. A rose between two thorns. It's an Audi between two Porsches. Oh, Sosa. That's a good save. Yeah, true, Philippa. They probably do. It's probably just based off the exact same. So it's just more car characteristics rather than BOP. Still got a couple of nice little battles going on. Lee's caught up to the back of Burke. Up in P2. Possibly. I'm still seeing the Mercedes perform quite well around this track, and it's one of its stronger tracks. I think in general there's 3 to 4/10 loss across the board, especially with those using old setups. I do think you'll find it again. Oh, that's a send. And made it work. Hogan has left the door open. Flies have come inside. Mum's screaming in the background. And he's dropped down to P12. Maybe that's more of an Australian thing. You bought it a tent? Well, no, you tell me, Mum. You had me. Our Ferrari actually feels better than before, but I'm missing something like 7, 8 tenths. I haven't tried the old, it's not the old Mercedes since the update. Tried the new Mercedes, and yeah, I've only tried it with aggressive default, and I really did enjoy it. Kogan nearly dies at 130R. 10 out of 10 out to make a trail there if he did. I wonder what Team Mercedes do here. No, scratch that. we've obviously missed that before, but they have swapped around. Lee is in front of Burke. And now Lee's going to be dragging him around. Hopefully, help him not lose too many positions. At the moment, he's going to lose 3. So he'll fall down to 6th. I was using traction control 3 or 4 for the Mercedes 2020 car at Imola. But I haven't really ever driven the car at 8, the old one, to see what this OP-ness is. Oh, far out, that didn't sound good, did it? That has not come across well. Best deal features new Alpha 20. It is pretty good. Porsche just ate the wall out of turn 2 of Van der Valk. He did too. Where did he start? 12th. Oh, a bit further than turn 2, but I'll see what's happened. Oh, it doesn't take much, does it? Just too hard too early on the throttle there through the S's. And he's dropped completely. Yeah, it does. Got to be a bit of a feather foot throughout the S's. Yeah, I think that sounds fair, Viking. I do think ACC changed their algorithms for the weather a bit more than they've lent on, or they've let on. So I'm going to dive into the server handbook again and see if we can tweak it a little bit. That's pretty standard for 130R though. Oh, from watching back, I don't quite think it was a brake check there, Joel. I just think he stuffed the corner up. And unfortunately, when you're behind and you follow them a little bit, and then just a little bit too much on the throttle afterwards. It was pretty innocuous though, like not much in it. Anderson and Pittel have been inseparable for the last 20 minutes. No, I just think he got a bit too deep into the corner. It happens here at the S's though. It's easy to get one wrong and your whole kind of momentum through here changes. These two are going neck and neck. It was just unfortunate where you hit the wall there, Joel. It was a little bit of a staggered wall. But Porsche doing Porsche things, it's not hard to lose that at times. So the boat's in formation. Other gaps across the board haven't really changed too much. Oh, that's close. That is close. It's funny. 20% of drivers who started the race have not completed it. Yep, correct. So again, a reminder for those competing in our North American ACC series, next week's race will be on the Wednesday night, not the Thursday, due to Thanksgiving. We'll make sure we put some reminders up in Discord so you don't forget. The attendance sheet will show the correct date as well. Next week is the second last round as we're off to Paul Ricard. Negative, because it's inconsistent for the series we're trying to do, because then everyone that's streaming the car's going to look different, and I don't know, for me that I like things being aesthetically pleasing and professional and same across the board, and if it means that we just have to have a car out, then we just have a car out. That's just the way it is. And speaking of cars out, the Honda in the fence. That was tight, I think. See, even again though, if you have it on the streaming PC, sometimes it's still... Like if we get disconnected, sometimes it'll still... Even if no one has it on the computer, it'll have that little bit of a buffer, and it's not great. And also if you have 12 different car makes, I don't know, it's harder to have everyone have preferences enough to fill those cars. If you have one less, then it's a bit easier. If you have another one less, it's even easier again. Just the nature of the series that we're trying to provide is a little bit different than other things, and people just got to, if they like it, get on board. If not, then they don't have to race. It's fine. You saw that? I really like that template that they put on the Evo. Jaden Burke's lost out now to Portis. So Portis is on the podium regardless. He was going to pick it up anyway due to this penalty to Burke. I think Portis has just been catching. So the gaps here. Oh no. He's probably lost about 5 seconds, to be honest. So Burke might lose another position. 6.35. So yeah, he's 16 seconds. So Saar might get him, or might not. I like it more if there was a couple more pineapple and lingerie shots of you. Are you talking about Cam? Or me? Sean and Cam need a room. They need something. I think it's a therapist. A sex therapist. Perfect emoji. Alright, so less than 8 minutes to go. Worden still leads. He's got a pretty commanding lead. He's going to be one of the men to beat. Or one of the drivers to beat for our final series. That's a good save there by Nick. Nearly lost the rear end of the Bentley. It sounds like I'm going to have to get this pineapple tattoo, doesn't it? I'll tell you what, if we ever get a full tier, just one fucking split, I will get a pineapple tattoo. Just one full split where everyone rocks up. It ain't happening. Not really for the finals, because I actually, if someone can't make the finals, I will replace them with another driver down the order. Like, I will force that to be full, so not really. That's pretty much, I might as well just go get myself a tattoo. But for the splits we have, I'll even throw in the rookies. Go on. If the rookies can fill, I'm adding rookies to that series every single day. Big shout out to the rookies. You guys are fucking wicked. It's actually so good. Should have done it sooner, but better late than never. Oh, snappy snap. Who's that ahead? Is that an Audi? Battle is doing just that in the Audi, but he's soldiering on. Yeah, I think we've hit 220. It's great to see. It just shows you that there's a lot of drivers out there probably a little bit daunted by league racing, and they think, obviously they see the streams and they understand it's pretty serious, pretty organised, pretty full on, but they don't realise about the practice nights we do and the open lobbies that we do and just the casual nature of the rest of it. They only see this. So having them have a look at the rookie series and it not streamed for a good reason has maybe felt that a few more could be able to join up and not be intimidated or flustered upon it. Hey Pat, thanks for the $15 towards the Pineapple Tattoo Fund. Also F Scallop Pies. Thank you, sir. Love you. Yeah, I get messages weekly, probably more so every second day now. Well, prior to the rookies, just asking if we're going to do rookie series. I know that some drivers kind of just drop out of the sprint because they feel a little bit off the pace, which is possible because there's a lot of drivers out there and there's always a bigger fish. But and sometimes you kind of indirectly feel judged or perceived pressure of having to do the same lap times as everyone else. And that's never the case, but it doesn't change how you feel about it. So that's why the rookies is probably really good. People can go about their own pace and learn at their own rate. And find out if it's sim racing's for them or this game's for them or... But yeah, there's no rush to get out of rookies. If you feel like you're more confident there for now and we think that too, then have fun. And the bigger fish's name was always and Bakita. There's a lot of really pacey people, really knowledgeable people as well across the board. This is a good battle. They're still continuing on. 3 minutes to go. You'd hate to see these two come together this close to the finish line. But very impressive with this battle. I offer free OnlyFans sub to my channel upon signing up to rookies. Whoa, that is... I might have to join. So what's a really good time people are doing around Imola? By the way. I haven't driven that circuit variation or layout before. I don't think I have. Is it on Project Cars? I can't remember. I don't remember it being so much fun. 40s. Woo! Got a bit to go. Yeah, I can see where I could gain a second. Just absolutely smashing through some of those apexes. I can do low 42s. I can do 41s if I nail it. 40s, oh, that's going to take some practice. But yeah, I've only driven for a couple of hours there. Everything in Sector 2. The track got a bit of everything. It's great. The second last corner, the downhill braking zone. Always petrified that it just won't pull up in time. Have we got a date or a closer month to when we're going to expect this British GT back? Because that'll be 3 more circuits for everyone to thrust themselves into. I really like the changes they made at 1.6. They've been subtle, but positive. Yeah, that's standard though, Joel. You'll find 2 seconds before you even blink. There's the Art and Senna statue I was told in Sector 1 and I found last night on stream. It's a great little nifty thing on there. It's much like the Brock skyline at Mount Panorama. Oh, I have to be on the server to do that, sorry mate. Yeah, that's the side issue with the old car, the old model. They probably haven't really focused on with the new tyre physics. A lot of the cars have lost out. 2 seconds at Kyle Arm is quite a lot, eh? Oh, that's a corner. You can take some of those high speed corner entries, then brake. I love those type of corners. But you get caught out if you're behind someone that's not familiar with the track and they brake really early for it, not knowing that it's pretty much a downshift, a slight touch of the brakes. Then a late brake once you're in the corner. For the next one, it's always fun. Yeah, it is. So here's Andrew Worden taking another win. Oh, for sure. Dixon's been in the wars tonight, and as there's going to be 30 laps, he should still be classified. He's only 3 laps down, so well done. Tough luck indeed. And it does happen. I've been in that boat before where something happens either lap 1 or early in the race, or you make a mistake with a pit stop and you're just racing by yourself for 55 minutes. But anyway, well done Andrew Worden. P1. No flash or anything. Totally rude.
The leader has finished the race.
Comes Lee. Back out there tonight. Yeah, some flashing from Lee. He's done it early. Someone heard. Late penalty there for 199. 199. That's Jaden. Oh, Jaden. Look how far back he is. P12. Something's happened to him again. Battling for second. Holding on to second for most part of this race. Well done, Lee. P2. And Portis, P3. Stella again in the race. Another podium for the great Mun. Bellinger. He's been very solid. I think he's up 1 or 2 positions this race. Good result there. And Johnson survived in the Audi and got 5th. He'll be stoked with that. Passar P6, nice battle here. They're going to come in formation. Is there a cuter thing in OOR than these 2 Bentleys? They're going to go Spoon now. At Spoon. Anderson P9. Kogan. He'll be happy too. He was very worried about this round in the Audi. But he's going to pick up a top 10 for Pro-Am and finish third in Pro-Am. Good man, good result. Sosa, yeah, got spun early. Hangs it out there though and still picks up 11th. Jaden Burke. What could have been? But when it rains, it pours, it appears, in this game. One little thing goes wrong, the next thing you know, you got 4 penalties and a shitload of damage, and your mum's upset, and you've run out of milk. All the bad things. Someone's doing donuts. It's Kogan. Told you to be happy. Right, so we're off to Split Red in a second. For race number 2 of the night and the final one of this round. I've noticed the crossover here is a bit more delayed since the update. I like it as a tick over, so I can quickly check this, the standings. Any moment now, game. There we go. No worries, mate. Have a good weekend, and if you're heading off now, Bob.
Green light, go, go, go.
So here's the standings. Worden, Lee, Portis, 1, 2, 3. Worden, 43-second win there. From pillar to post, just absolute dominated. Hussar, Anderson, Kogan, 1, 2, 3 for Pro-Am, and the only AM driver got 1 lap in. That's Jack in Zabima. Alright, so let's head over to Split Red. Boom.
Green light, go, go, go.
So we're about 5 minutes away from starting. I'll be back very, very shortly. Just going to grab a quick little drink break. With a new little screen. G'day, we're back. All systems go on this end. For split red. Hello, Dave. How are we going?
Not too bad. Pretty excited after that result.
P6?
P6.
No, it's a good result. Good old Suzuka. It's quite an action-packed race, really. A lot of good battles going on across the board. No rain though, not happy.
Banking on a wet race.
Oh, I haven't seen one for a while. It feels like it's been forever.
Yeah, I don't think Red's had one yet. Blue, we had one probably around 5 or 6, somewhere in there.
Yeah, Salomon's been screaming for a wet race. He's probably very glad that one tonight though in the Audi. Hey Sim. Yeah, well done Tommy. Top 10 mate. You were worried all week about this round and you did very well. Got 21 here and the safety car. Safety car hasn't featured at any round so far. Or sorry, any race this round. Where'd you finish, Sim? Expecting Keo to be pretty strong here as well. And the Audi. Have you had a go at Imola yet, Dave?
Yeah, I got my track medals last night. Only took me 2 tries. I'm pretty proud of that. So I'm not quick yet, but I can get around.
Yeah, it's a fun track. It's very, very fun.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites from other sims, so I'm glad to see it in ACC.
Oh, you'd be loving it. I sat behind Fabio for like 20 minutes. You did. You two were inseparable. It's great racing there in the Bentleys. I think you guys finished 7th and 8th? From memory? Have you tried any of the new cars yet? Or the Mercedes or the Ferrari?
That I have not done yet.
I've only tried the Merc. And yeah, it just feels like a nice Merc. Pretty standard. I haven't tried the Ferrari. Heard good things about that as well. Will the finals playoffs be with the 2019 BOP? Yes. Otherwise, it's just kind of really unfair. It separates too much difference from what the season was. Yeah, you guys just held your own. That's the best way to go. Sometimes if you take the move on your teammate and it doesn't come off, you both lose a lot of positions and you get taken off his Christmas card list, and no one wants to be taken off Fabio's Christmas card list. Oh, you missed it, Philippa. There was this thunderstorm and Andrew Worden did a cartwheel down the straight and Fabio won. You missed it, Philippa. It was really a great end to the race.
There's 3 or 4 cars on the Ferris wheel at the end as well.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive. How did you get up there, Dave? A bit of...
You know that chicane? You just kind of don't, and then you just...
Just yeeted it over the fence.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. Speaking of yeeting, why not Keo can set on the board 2 minutes flat? 2 minutes flat, 0.9.
There you go. Oh, no. Keo didn't.
Oh, sorry, I'll take that back. That was actually Solomon. Keo's lap didn't count.
He did do a 2-minute flat, though. Just not up to the steward's preferences there. Keith Briscoe in P2. He had a strong showing last week. The Mercedes is strong around here, so I would expect him to be near the front row.
He's been having a couple of good rounds lately. Oh, look how close it is between P2 and P4. That's the sort of things to come. Andy Mayer, last week's debutant, winning debutant. Jury won last week.
He won one of them for sure.
That's right, there was 2 races. And Porsche here, currently P6. Taylor Clark is just starting to come to grips with that BMW, up P7.
Yeah, a few good races from them the last few weeks.
I wonder what our Aston Martin contingent can do today. Aston Martin commentary box, not biased. Looks like we're missing one of them though.
Freitas, I don't think I've seen yet.
Freitas P19. Oh, sorry, they're all there.
Oh, no,
I'll
we've
take
got
the
them all.
backs. I couldn't find Specht. I'd be more concerned about your Aston Martin friends at Paul Ricard. Never driven the Aston at Paul Ricard. I hope it's good because it's one of my stronger tracks. Freitas.
Yeah, me as well. Ooh.
There we go. He's on the board with the 2 minutes. 0.4. P1 Sebastian. We're just going to go on board with. Let's give Patterson some love in the Honda, the VTEC. Yeah, no cakes are good tonight. He's having a couple of setup issues. He's moved house or he's set up somewhere else. Can't quite tell. Shout out to you, Casey. He whispers there's going to be a thunderstorm in the next race. I wish I had that power to just press a button and down came the rave. Zabzi has got to be the most active everywhere and every stream person in the entirety of ACC. What do you mean? Like he pops into people's channels or he's always streaming? I find it awkward streaming with a VR headset. Because can you see chat at all? Like, can you have a program where you can look in your headset at the chat?
You used to be able to pin a window. I haven't done it in forever, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to read somewhat
Yeah.
too, depending on how big you make it.
There is an add-on for that. I always feel like someone can sneak up at you while you're racing as well and scare the bejesus out of you. Not that anyone would do that in my place, because that'd be the end of them, but... Do you race VR or monitors, Dave?
I'm in VR.
Nice.
Yep.
What are you running?
I've tried going back and Rift CV1.
Yep. You try to go back and forth, you just can't do screens now?
No, I can't go back to 2D anymore.
Yeah. I've just committed to it, triple screens. I've got a VR as well,
yeah.
but I'm forever alt-tabbing and sorting stuff out on Discord, and it's just really, really hard to just race and not have to worry about everything else. So I was just like, I must just have monitors and alt-tab on something. Lolly to the eye, I wouldn't waste such things. Viking. Patterson doesn't improve there. We'll go ball with Andy Mayer. Similar name to the, isn't there a guitarist, Andy Mayer? John Mayer. What am I thinking Andy for?
Yeah.
Andy Mayer. This is John's brother, but just can't spell the last name properly. Or John can't spell his last name properly.
His German cousin.
His German cousin, Andy Mayer. I laugh if Andy's really good on the guitar. A really good singer. Oh, I thought he was going to be implanted in that Mercedes then.
Have you driven this week yet with the new
Yes.
Luma rank in the cockpit?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
I had a couple of hours on Imola before last night's streams. In the Merc. Feels nice. I think the RGBs on the cars now are a bit stronger as well. I've noticed out on track. Good way to test it out is obviously Suzuka when they finish under lights. I like the tyre model. I like the fact that they're a bit slippy out of the pits.
Yeah.
Feel a bit more GT4-ish out of the pits. That's how I like this. Yeah. Oh, and he is.
Oh boy.
Saved himself some money.
Well
there.
done to keep it out of the wall.
I like how on the grid it says 30 seconds, 20 seconds, 10 seconds, just to really remind you the grid's counting down. It should say press drive. Press drive. Because people still forget. It's not so when there's an incident when you ignore the engineer like I do. Yeah. I've learned to ignore engineers from F1 games. Not much change, eh? Oh, well, look at that. Taylor Clark. The man. P3. It's quite impressive.
As I always say, the BMW still holds a special place in my heart, so I'm glad to see it that far up the grid.
It's very good to see. Top 5, all different car makes. Also got a Honda, a Porsche. Top 10. No Ferraris. No Nissans. No, my master plan of picking the BMW for Suzuka, hoping nobody would notice. Well, so far I think for the 100 event for Asia Pacific, I think there's been about 15 different cars picked so far. I'd love to see one of each. Same with the 80 for 80 in North America. You going to be competing in that, Dave?
Yes, I put my registration in last night or this morning sometime.
What car are you going?
BMW.
BMW. She's quick at Spa.
She is indeed. Well, sectors 1 and 2, or 1 and 3, sorry.
Yeah, that's a rocket. One wing. I might jump in a car as well. Not sure what yet though. Something stupid like the Maserati.
I don't think I've driven that guy yet.
Oh, it sounds incredible. It's obviously really tricky to drive, but we did a race at Brands Hatch, a fun race. It was Maserati at Brands in a thunderstorm at night. It's like the worst combination you could think of because it's got no traction control like the Porsche Cup car.
Yeah.
It was funny. I gave Male a car option choice for me, so I'll see what I get. Oh, you know the one they wrote down, Toyota Camry. Did you? When did you sign up, Kogan? Well, let's just suss it out now. As soon as it came out. Well, I'll go through some of the cars that are being picked for the North America event. Oh, geez, definitely over half full now. Responses. Oh, I hate when it does that. List it differently. I'm trying to find you here. I'll find you. Just searching through, find a couple of Aussies that have signed up for the American one. Trying to sneak their way in. 3 Aussies so far. 4 Aussies. I don't think they got the memo, Dave.
I don't think so.
But what have we got? We've got Mercedes Evo, a lot of people picked that. Aston GT4, V8 Aston, Audi, BMW. There's a few BMWs, Bentleys, Ferraris, both of. Ginetta, that's a good shout. Hurricane, Honda, Lexus, McLaren, good variation. Nissan GTR, Porsche, V12 Aston. It's asking, can I take V12? Yes, you can, whoever that was. And the Porsche Cup car. So that's a nice little mix.
Yeah, that's a decent sounding grid.
No one has picked the Maserati yet. Kind of don't blame him. Or the Super Trofeo. Which is pretty dog anyway.
Yeah.
Random question for you. Do you drink kombucha?
I do not.
Do you know what kombucha is?
I do.
Right. So I've been told today that I should probably replace one of my iced coffee drinks with a kombucha once a day. And I've never been a fan because it's so vinegary.
Yeah, I've never tried it, so I don't know how to.
I'll just have to wing it.
If I'd like it or not, but
I'll let you know how I go. Apparently there's a watermelon and mint kombucha, so I'll give that that sounds a soft introduction. It doesn't look like we're going to get rain either. More sun than cloud. Slight wind, 22 degrees. Degree cooler than we've had so far. I like how it's because it's a 3 times multiplier. It doesn't start at 7 o'clock. It's because every single second on the grid counts. This is about a 7:17 start.
Okay.
7:18. This this bit's always good to watch. I like how the classes have been pretty close too. If you could look at the top 13, up pro drivers all top 13. It's worked out
Yeah,
perfect.
I was just noticing that no pro-ams out qualified any pros, which is perfect, like you say.
Justin Gay.
A few AMs in the mix in the pro-ams.
Nice little tight-knit group. Obviously, Freitas is a pro due to performance this season, but he's had a qualifying ban. Right, Dave, it's over to you, mate. I can't get in trouble for commentator cursing if I don't start the race.
So Keo on pole. Solomon right there. Not much separated these two in qualifying. We'll see what they do into turn one. Some McLaren in the back.
Late move.
Mahoney jumps over to the right side.
Go.
Green light. Keo gets the good start. Solomon going to tuck in behind. Clark and Fisher side by side. Oh, little tap on. Briscoe spins, cleansing.
Oh, it's a
Might
car
have a
mark.
safety car here. Ooh, yeah, it looks like we have a safety car.
Yeah, I like that. Like that decision. Just settle them down, single file them out. It's there to be used, and they've used it. Oh, 710 has nearly become a part of 70. So the only safety car we've had so far this round, you were calling it, Dave. How do you feel?
That was a very cautious safety car call, I think. There was
yeah.
definitely, I think it all checked up and avoided any severe damage coming out of that small tap, but
Yeah, we could have got away with not
Like you
having
said-
one as well. You would have sometimes seen that, but
yeah. Good to just chill them down, spread them out, avoid anything through the S's.
a lot
Don't
of
need
little
cars
bits of
4 or
damage.
5 wide. Yeah.
I think I got 2 seconds of damage on lap 2. in my race, and I just kept it the whole race. Didn't change it. It was fine. G'day there, Colin. Welcome to the grid there, Juliet. It's going to feel like a long safety car lap due to the time length of Suzuka. So they're still only around Spoon. So who really did lose out? It's hard to say.
Patterson's way down the order. I don't think he was that far in qualifying. Cleansing was the one that got spun, so he's fallen. It's a little close in the backfield.
So we just expect to have one lap around the safety car. Next year you won't be able to pit under the safety car, so I'll be very interested to see if someone pits here, because by the letter of the law you can still do it, but it's going to be a big stint on your tyres. Bentley's in. Oh, so here we go. There's going to be a mixed strategy here.
Specht, Liukis, and Fisher electing to pit. Oh, and a few more. Stevens, Ducharme, Patterson, Cleansing.
Quite a few. So, but what, reckon?
Yeah.
Nearly 50-50 split. So now the safety car's
This
going
will
to
be
push
interesting
hard to give those under the safety car a bit of a chance with their strats. So it'll be interesting to see what pays off here. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 have stayed out. Next minute, rain. That would screw the guys in the pits. Now, do you think the RGB lights are a bit more prominent? Probably not here at full beans. I noticed it more on the start-finish straight.
I didn't notice them there, but honestly, I haven't driven much at night recently, so it's hard to say what they were before.
Yeah, true. So I think if you pitted at this stage, you're in the box seat, but you do run the risk of really pushing your tyres.
Yeah, and especially at Suzuka, there's quite a few corners where you can slide them and do some nasty things to your tires if you're not careful. So nursing them for 55 minutes will definitely be a challenge for those that elected to pit. Heavier fuel load as well, assuming they were planning to fuel at their stop.
Yeah. Looks like a load because it's picked up a 15-second penalty for speeding under or speeding in the pit lane. .70, 727 and 596. That's Specht, Loyutkis and Fisher have all really pushed hard here. So this is up to Keogh. It's up to him when he leaves, but he doesn't want to leave it too long because he needs to extend this gap for those under the safety car. It just hurts him. He's away now. Hopefully no one banged into the back of each other as Mahoney's pitted. He's decided against the current strat. Second round encouragement finally gets taken out. It just happens. But he's in a good position, to be honest, Tompkins. So Keogh leads the way, as you can see on our timing sheet. And the little graphic there with the map, Specht isn't too far off the back of this group. So next season we're looking at removing the option to pit under safety car. and possibly removing pits altogether for the 30-minute races. Oh, jump start for 275. That's Sylvester, Justin.
Haven't seen one of those in a while. It's unfortunate for him.
Pits
Currently leading the Pro-Am. Yeah, I kind of missed the... what did we have last season with the 2 pit stops in the 1-hour race?
Yep.
That one definitely mixed up the pit strategy across the field, so you're always scrambling to figure out where you were in the actual order of things by the end of the race, but...
Yeah. That could be an option. It's about that 70, 80 minute mark where you just take away pit stops altogether and see how long, or if people try and extend or pit for tyres to try and gain some time. It's just hard sometimes with the BOP for shorter races and different fuel tanks and fuel consumptions. Is that just falling back? Casting Gate. This is not too bad. Shalamon, it's the fastest lap. Look, Patterson's... I don't know if he's had a moment or if he was that further back in that group that have pitted. Welcome to the grid there. Izzy Apple. I just added Pine for no reason whatsoever. So welcome to the grid there, Pineapple. Oh, he's not... Yeah, but he's pitted though, Tompkins. He's actually provisionally P3. If those top 10 were to pit right now, he'd be 3rd easily. So he's done the right thing to pit. I do like the 50-50 split though. It wasn't
yeah,
like,
that'll be interesting.
It wasn't the meta, oh, everyone pits, and like we've done it in the sprint rounds. People were generally unsure, and that's what we like. Oh, it's just 49, 10-second penalty. It's cleansing. So cleansing was one of the cars that spun. I think he might have been the one that touched the McLaren.
Yeah, I think cleansing might have drifted out is what the stewards are calling on that one. Into, I believe it was Briscoe actually in the Mercedes going around the outside that tapped him, but so gets worse for cleansing.
It does. Like, I guarantee you, Thomas, I guarantee you, even if he's slower by a second a lap, he will be in 3rd.
Second with that 15-second penalty to
He's provisional 2nd. Our average pit stop loss depends on damage. You could be looking at between 50 and 60 seconds. There's a car around its the last chicane or pit entry, and there's someone around at 130R. So pit stop once in the box will be about 30 seconds, give or take. 262 is around at the pit entry. And obviously it's not just the delta from when you cross the pit entry line and pit exit, but it's your approach into the pit entry. You can actually lose a lot of time if you're unsure about the pit entry line is. Pit exit's pretty easy. You get to the line, undo the limiter, and off you go.
Yeah, hitting your box is key as well, so that your mechanics don't have to move your car back into position.
That could be between 1 and 5 seconds if you make a bit of a boo-boo. I heard whispers though, it's a little bit easier in the pit box after the update, but...
Yeah, I saw they changed something, but I couldn't notice much of a difference in my stop tonight.
Yeah, that's true, Floppy. So when you leave the pit exit line, you go full beans, a bit too aggressive on the throttle. You do wheel spin a bit now because of those cold tyres. I reckon your dad's got it under control. He's had quite a few races now. Andy Mayer and Mark Antoine. Oh, 192, so he was caught up in something. A 10-second penalty for course collision on lap 3.
So Landry was another debutant last week, I believe. Strong showing again. Currently in P5. We'll see where that shakes out after all the pit stops cycle through. But NSX is strong around Suzuka, I believe.
That it is. Top 7, all different car makes. Love to see it. Yeah, exactly right. Specs leads Lucas by 1.1. Lucas does have that penalty. So there's a few battles in that group that have pitted. G'day, Ethan. Yeah, 70 in comparison. So he's about 12.9 seconds off the lead pack. And the lead pack's relatively tight together. It's probably the bigger gap between P6, P7. Not quite sure. Lira's obviously had a moment. He's dropped below into that group that have pitted. He must have great memory. I do. My memory's something that does work on my body. Like an elephant, especially if I write it down. If I write down something, I can recall it a lot easier.
And I'm sure with all the admin side of things, you see all these names more than once.
Yeah.
Getting the season set up.
And then the hard part is sometimes their Twitch username or other usernames that they've used don't match up with anything they've registered through OOR. And that's sometimes the real hard part.
Yeah.
Sam. Yeah, I called Fisher Sam one stream. Obviously it's Simon. What are names? I used to be pretty bad with names when you like see people in person. Like I was good with faces, I recognise things. But you're not taking your notepad around and going, how you going, what's your name? And then writing their name down and oh, no worries.
So one of my jobs well, I did a few during the pandemic, but I do wedding photography and I'd always show up on the day and I usually shoot the bride or the groom, and the groomsmen, and I'd always get their names, and as soon as they say it to me, I've forgotten what they've just said, and I'm like, oh, it's the rest of the day. You.
Yeah, we just say mate here.
Yeah, that gets you
yeah,
through.
no worries, mate. It happens.
Or I'm listening the rest of the day for someone else to say their name to them so I can pick it up.
Yeah, or when you're with your partner and they catch up with a friend that you've never met before or a family member you've never met, and you're just waiting to be introduced. Like, I find that frustrating. Like, yeah. Now I got to the point because sometimes she forgets to introduce because we've been together for so long. I'm just like, g'day there, I'm Neil, and I introduce myself, and she goes, oh shit, sorry, I didn't realise. Just get in there and ask. But yeah, I can understand how to be a bit awkward when you're doing a job and you should know the names. The question is, who are names? That's right, Viking, mate. introduce yourself if you're confident enough to do so. Why are names? Now, that's a deep question. Names are just a construct. Oh, Taylor looked like he went really wide there at Degner 1. Having a great race. Has he had a podium this season, do you know?
I don't believe so. It's come on strong the last few weeks, but I don't think it's been more than the top 10.
Yeah.
Consult the stats sheet quickly.
It's good to see. It's pronounced Vorking. Voking. Speaking of Vikings, how good was that show? Where did you finish? I'm going to try and guess. 20th? No, you would have been higher than that. 15th. 18th. Now, is your name pronounced Fares? Is that sound correct? It is. 10 points for me. Fares. Fares Sadie. I like to pronounce names correctly. Friends indeed. You've got to social distance from some of your friends though, and not many people are social distancing from walls on this track. Well, thank you, Helion. Oh, well, Sakame. It, obviously in my accent, it's going to sound a little bit dodgy. It's Trevor, so get it right. That's all I'm calling Sakame now. There should be a horse. If I had a horse, I'd call it Sakame. Oh, McLaren's off. Ahead, it is Eric Mahoney. He's a lap down. Probably just getting out of the way and being a good Samaritan.
Yeah, Spoon is not an easy corner if you get out on the top side of the camber there, so he probably just had way more speed than he was used to through there, and the car didn't want to hook around.
I like Spoon. It is fairly tricky. You can lose a lot of time there, but you can also gain a hell of a lot as well.
Yeah, I found especially in the Aston, I just had nothing to get out of the corner. Like, I was losing tenths every lap from what was my best. I don't know what I did different that one lap, but...
Yeah. You're not wrong. Ferrari behaves too different after time. It will. I also think that we're so probably used to the current model, and maybe our driving styles are around that tyre model. Plus the setups we have are based around the old model as well, so I think in a few weeks' time, people will become more adjusted to that tyre model, and the setups will change a little bit as well. Right, so people are just starting to make their pit stop now. Under 40 minutes. I don't expect Keogh, Solomon, Clark, Briscoe, these guys to pit just yet. Briscoe might for an undercut on Clark.
Yeah. If he thinks he can stretch the tires, the 40 minutes shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah. Did any Audis? Yeah, they did. So cleansing's on the one that I'm really interested to watch that last 15 minutes. Those Audi tyres around 130R. Going to be a handful. I think you find it's pretty much across the board the times are down. Again, for that very reason, the setups aren't quite set around the new model. We're not used to the new model yet. And unfortunately, those that have raced on the Thursday night in our series haven't had much of a chance to practice on it, on the new model. I think Paul Ricard's going to be a lot better for everybody.
Yeah, for sure. I did some laps last night just to kind of get used to the feel, and the setup we had from previous rounds was just, I was losing it everywhere. And then overnight, someone had posted an updated version for the new model, and I was much more confident today.
Yeah.
So I think just by the time people sort their setups back out and get a feel for, like you say, the new model and get their driving style back to that, I think people will be back to where they were.
Yeah, it might just be that thing where it's going to be 2/10 down no matter what. There's some people there 8/10 down at the moment. It's just mainly that half a second is just through setup and not quite feeling confident yet. Yeah, Degner 1, Leon's not a great corner to not be confident at. If you don't trust the car at Degner 1, you're going to have a terrible, terrible time at Suzuka. Bump stops go off the head there. Super crazy loose in practice support a car when I was super solid. So when you get out of the pits now, just those first 2 laps, you just kind of want to embed the tyres in a little bit. It'll feel terrible if it... Oh, there we go. Cleansing in the fence. I called it early, but that's a bit sooner than I was expecting. Has done what Audi does best, and that's make you have a terrible time. Watch that back quickly. I think he lost it in his own. Oh, just tiny little bit of grass unstabilised the car and...
Yeah.
Good night,
Little
Darlene.
bobble coming down over the curb, and that was it.
Yeah. Much like the Porsche last week at the Corkscrew, Laguna Seca. That was bringing a few unstuck. Let's go on board with Sam Fisher. Sorry, Simon. Your son's let me know all about it all week. Audi Rouge. There's a few love stories with the Audi. So the gaps between Specht and Sylvester is 14.2. From the lead though, I'll tell you in a sec. About 30 seconds. 32 seconds. So it's 32 seconds behind the leader, and Fisher is 40 seconds behind the leader. So Fisher should come out about, what are you going to say, 15, 20 seconds?
Yeah, I would think so. It's fairly long pit lane here, and
Just going to nail their pit stops. They should have a little bit more pace towards the later stages of this race. It wouldn't be significant though. Unless Specht, Lucas, etc. have had a spin or squared off their tyres a little bit. Patterson's making his way downtown. Provisionally P5, does have a 10-second penalty. So you just see they're starting to really filter above those that didn't pit. So Mark Landry, 15th. Briscoe, 14th. It's a prime example where these guys are going to filter out.
yeah, at this point it's looking like the pit under safety car was the strategy, but tire story is not over, so we'll have to see where that shakes out in the last 15-20 minutes.
It's very true. Plus it's got the tyre physics, the new one. I'm not quite sure if they handle differently over the stages of a race. A lot of stuff we haven't tested with the new 1.6 update. So have fun there, Split Red. Terrati on. He actually told me about it twice, Tompkins. He said it today on Twitch. I saw you say it. He called me out for calling him Sam. And that's fine. You're well within your rights too. So Sean Fisher going very well here in P8. Gets past the back marker there. I do enjoy Suzuka. It's very unique. Some
Yeah,
tracks
don't drive it super frequently, but when I do, by the end of every race, I feel like I should drive it more often.
Yeah, same here. Like, it's not an easy track to overtake on. There's a lot of tracks like it, so Brands Hatch, Zolder, etc., Zandvoort. But it just feels like a track that is still in the battle all the time. It feels like you can have a chance at overtaking, and it's still enjoyable. Or some of those tracks where it's just so single file, not quite as fun. Zandvoort's got absolutely hated on in our Discord. The lowest voted track by a country mile.
I'm a little sad because I think that's where I had my best result this season so far, but
It happens, Well, one of my favourite circuits is Hungaroring, and that's in the bottom 3 or 4. It's a great circuit. I don't know why everyone hates on it.
yeah. Just a little surprised by some of the ones that weren't getting the love in the vote, but what can you do?
Can't overtake in Hung. Yeah, it's similar to that. What I'm talking about, the narrower tracks in GT racing. Except turn 1, you can. You just got to nail the last little hairpinish corner, as you could say it, just after the carousel, and you can brake heavy into turn 1 and get a move done. Welcome to the grid there. Slight. Oh, I'll be back in 1 second.
Still on board with Fisher. About 3 seconds to Liutkas in front. There is that 15-second penalty still hanging over Liutkas, though.
Sorry, just had a delivery rock up. If anyone can guess what they are. Something OOR related just rocked up to my door finally after 3 months. Limited edition OOR G-strings.
Ooh! I must have missed the announcement for that pre-order.
Yeah, Camp Farmer bought them all.
Sounds about right.
Where do I buy it? Contact Cameron Farmer. DM him on Discord if you'd like to purchase your OOR signature G-string. Found a good battle here. It's a traffic jam. Oh! Oh, the Honda, I think, lost it on his own. This after Spoon on the exit. Too much curb. Yeah, everyone. Oh, too wide here. Mercedes is going to use all the track. Very lucky. Briscoe's on a mission. That's all he ever wears, Kogan. So we'll watch that back in a second. See what happened to Marc-Antoine Landry.
Ooh, Briscoe very slow down the start-finish straight.
He is. I wonder if he's got a little bit of damage. Unusual for the Merc to be out-dragged. Maybe he was addressing the position? Maybe?
Maybe.
It's definitely the latter. The first thing's not very good. That's what happened here in Australia. Guy who lied about COVID traces so an entire state locks down. He's not going to be on many Christmas card lists, is he?
Oof.
Simon is catching. Nice little move there by Briscoe. Nabbing Debiden. With Chris Stevens. Oh, Briscoe. Not as comfortable there at the hairpin as the McLaren opponent. Kogan, we could have been good together, mate. We had something going, mate. It's been a good ride, but sorry. What was I going to look at? There was a Honda Marc-Antoine, I think. Here we go. So lap 14. Very close battle. Has lost it on his own. Jeez, it didn't take much.
No,
That's crazy.
Holy smokes. Just the tiniest little step out and it just...
Oh, that wheel angle, yeah. Oh, he's tried so hard to keep that on the track. Yeah, it doesn't take much.
I think I just saw Clark drop behind Patterson as well. I don't know, there's a big gap there that wouldn't be...
I think that's that pit stop, eh? Now Solomon's in the pits, so he's trying to make sure he can cover off Clark. I think he's had a bit of a buffer anyway, though. Suspect still provisional P1. Lloydkiss and Fisher on the provisional podium. Just have Keogh and Mayer to pit for the mandatory. It's gonna be an interesting last 10 minutes of this race as Stevens goes deep.
I think got caught watching the bumper there and not realizing where he was on track.
This is Sia. Sneaks past. Let's watch the McLaren at 130R. Looks quite stable. Very cautious though there. Ferrari. Oh, Floyd gave it full beans nearly. Really put it
That'll
off.
probably be a track limit warning.
So let's go back to Fisher. Had a good stint
Definitely
here.
closing.
Yeah.
It was about 3 seconds when you stepped away, so it's a huge margin to make up in 3 or 4 laps here.
Specht only 40 seconds behind Keo. Yeah, it should be way ahead, I'd expect. We guessed about 15 to 20 seconds. So there's a big opportunity. Salamon's come out behind Patterson. So I think that's the gap that Keo and Maya might slip around. Keo should be in front of Salamon. Just coming through here now. So we'll go this camera. So this is was our race leader, Keo. There goes Specht. Or Freitas, sorry. This is Specht. Nowhere to be seen. He's out of there. 10 out of 10 strat. Keo will be kicking himself.
So there we go. Fisher P3. Nothing to worry about.
Where's Thomas? Stephen Fisher is going well. Well, it's funny to me. I was going to think of so many names starting with S now. See yourself out, Viking. That's disgusting. Badum tish. No one would have suspected it. Oh. How long have you been sitting there trying to think of a pun to use with Specht's name? Someone say you'll be fishing for likes there. Lloyd, because there's going to be a hard one to do a pun.
Yeah, you might have to go with his first name on that one.
True. Oh, there's a Barney. There is a Barney. 243. Can't quite see because of the trees. Oh, that's some big damage here. This is a huge incident. Don't want to call it, but I'm going to say it. That car is fucked. Actually, who is it? It's Mahoney. Better watch that one back.
Yep.
Oh. Okay, so he's lost it out of the hairpin. That's fine. But what else has happened? Oh, he's just tiptoeing around. So much damage. He's going to get T-boned. Nope, there's a car already around. Oh!
Oh! Waited till he was there to accelerate.
Oh,
What
that's
was
just
that?
straight murder.
Oh.
Oh, that bloody Honda! It's bounced. Oh my word! It's bounced into the fence. Oh, I think he thought he had enough room to get. The McLaren had already gone past because he's obviously looking to the left to see the Honda coming.
Yeah, it looked like there's a bit of lag right at the last second too, because he closes that. Like the cars look like they don't actually get together before they're jumping off of each other.
Oh, Patterson would be raging. Oh, there's a little gap there, and bang, fence. Oh, how much damage did he sustain from that hit? Oh, it's huge. It's not how you make butter. And in the pits is Mahoney. Patterson stayed out there, but does have a significant damage. So, Gabriel Lira has made a bit of a mistake there and done the old double fatality. Just when Mahoney's car couldn't get any more damaged, Lira says, "Hold my beer." It's nearly safety car worthy, that one. A couple more cars involved in that, and we might have had to call one late. Doesn't happen often.
No. I think we've only seen them on lap 1 or 2. At least in the North America tiers so far.
Oh, Fisher nearly has a snap. And loses out to Freitas. That's all it takes. Still on the podium as it stands, though. Specs 5.8 seconds up the road. Kia is 15 seconds back from this battle. Oh, Kia could sneak into the top 4 based on that low kiss penalty. It's a big stint though. Let's just quickly check the Patterson situation. I imagine he'd have pretty big damage. Yeah, he does still. He hasn't pitted. He'll be nursing that car back home. Lira's still in the pits. Pit crew's got the sledgehammer out.
I don't know if there's enough gaff tape in the all the garages to fix what was just done to that poor car.
He's door knocking at the moment. Excuse me, you got any racing tape? Lucas held on to P2 for the entire duration, the provisional P2 for the entire duration of the race. Is under big pressure here from Freitas and Fisher. Does have that penalty hanging over his head, and Keogh is within 13.8 and flying. 113. So that was Lira. Picked up a unsafe rejoin pen, a drive-through pen, and won't serve it because he's left. Found out there was not enough gaffer tape or racing tape in the pits, and had to leave. He's off to Bunnings. Or, what do you call it over there? Oh, shit. What's your huge, big, hardware warehouses called?
Like, Canadian specific or North American specific?
Go Canada.
Well, we've got Canadian Tire, which is becoming a bit of an everything store these days.
Yep.
Then you've got the Home Depots, Lowe's. Rona is a local one.
Rona?
Yes.
That's an unfortunate name for this year, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just off to the road to catch Rona.
Yeah.
Do you wear a mask to Rona?
I have worn a mask to Rona recently. Yes, I have.
Yes, wear a mask for Rona to Rona. Canadian Tire, Home Depot, Home Hardware. Nice. We've got one called Bunnings. That's our biggest one at the moment. Bunnings Warehouse. I've only just clicked that I don't think anyone watching the Kyle Army event had any idea. Oh, Fisher's going to say thanks for coming. I was wheel banging there, so Lucas has gone 2 to 4, which is going to happen in the race anyway. But Keogh is absolutely. Is he a chance to catch this pack?
I think so. He's taken a huge bite out of his gap the last 2 or 3 laps.
He gained he gained 3 seconds on Lucas last lap. 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's hectic. But I think now that Freitas has a bit of clean air in front of him, he might not be able to get caught here. Be a fair effort there by Ben. We've never had a team finish 1, 2, 3 on the podium before. Could it happen? Could it happen? Something we need to go pretty wrong there. Oh, he's now 9.4 seconds back. This guy is on a mission.
So he's doing borderline PBs his last lap. 2-minute flat. I don't think the guys at the front are scratching that even in the slightest.
Well, and there you go. 10-second penalty there for Freitas for that collision on lap, or that turn 1. So that Aston 1, 2, 3 finish is looking very unlikely now. Fisher should be able to finish P2. Bit of a draft there from the Audi. So what's his time this lap? 2 minutes, 0.6 the lap before. 201.3. 8.3 seconds. So still 2 seconds faster than those ahead of him. Nearly 4 seconds quicker than Lloyd. Cursor's just fallen off a little bit. Obviously had that little nudge on turn 1. He's a huge chance to catch here. 12 minutes to go.
Yeah, at a second and change a lap easily. That his gap is coming down. That's no problem. Catching will be easy. Getting past, we'll see if that poses a challenge for him.
That's a tough part. Well, how it stands right now, he's on the podium due to those penalties. He's within 10 seconds of Freitas, and definitely within 10 seconds of Loyuk, so 15 seconds. Welcome to the grid there, turn. What's going on? Briscoe is 4 tenths behind Clark. Clark's had a stellar race. He wasn't that top 3 posse for quite some time before all the pit stop dramas. I think you're right there, Turner. Patterson's just trying to hang on for that damaged Honda. Currently going to be in the top 10, but has a 10-second penalty. Last lap was a 2:05, so he's got so much damage, the poor man.
Oof, yeah.
Oh, a bit deep deck here. Right, so let's go over the last laps. Last lap for the leader was a 2:04.1. 2:01.2, so another 2 seconds out of the leader. Those ahead of him were in the 2:03s, all 3 of them. So this last 5 minutes is going to be
Crazy.
extra spicy. Man on a mission. Got somewhere to be? Maybe the girlfriend's just called in, mate. I'm home alone. Parents are gone. I'm sure his girlfriend doesn't live with his parents. I think he's a bit older than that. But if they did, it would have been a funny little story. Hey Ben, I've just bought an old G-string. Got it on now. And here, look at him go. Look at him go. Hey Davu. Go Clark. Euro beat intensifies. We're going to stay on board with Ben for now. So this is the advantage you have towards the end of the race with a fresh set of hoops. And some lower fuel. Just give it full beans. And Pirelli sorted out afterwards. Yeah, we need a Eurobeat overlay. 501's picked up a pen. That is Briscoe. Fisher's in that awkward spot where he doesn't need to force the issue past Freitas. He's going to pick up P2, but he's going to come under pressure, I think, from Ben Keogh at some stage. So the more cars spot between himself and Ben, help. If you got to give me a what's the word? A sample of Eurobeat overlay code and send it to me. I'll try and come up with something funny for future. 275. That's Sylvester Ferrari. So these three have just kind of settled down a bit now. There's a bit more of a gap between them all. 202s, 2027, 2027, 2029. Stock sanitation, if we will do it. True. So you can see them now. Striking distance 3.1 seconds back. First target. Tadas Lyutkas in the Bentley. Here he is. That's the Lithuanian flag, isn't it? Pretty sure it's Lithuania.
Is it Lithuania?
I've disrespected my family if I've got that wrong. All I can think of right now is the Alpha Max Nova 1 videos currently. Link me. I don't know what that is. It is Lithuania. Sweet. I'm pretty good with flags. I made 300 flags for OOR. 300. I tried to cover everything so I don't have to make them ever again. I did use a couple of templates.
Isn't there not even that many countries? What do you have 300 flags for?
Sometimes it's regions, and so for example, Hong Kong's not really technically a country. That type of thing. I did notice one that we left out, and that was Northern Ireland. So I'm really sorry for our North, because some people, yeah, they want to represent. I don't know if it's a province. I don't know if that's the correct term, or yeah, but
Okay.
the game itself only has 77 flags built in. So there is a couple of drivers that have. Look, we've got a couple, or one Madagascar racer or driver. No flag for him in this game. 2 seconds. Lucas has fallen back off Fisher, and here he is, Ben Keogh. We've come to party. Very consistent. Oh, you can see.
Oh boy.
Lucas is struggling a bit with the Bentley. 5 minutes to go. Oh, big ball strats here. Big boy strats. You do want an early breaker. And you want to tuck it in. I always used all of the track. It was now or never. If you want a chance to catch this front two here.
So that was well done. You didn't spend too much time in behind.
Wow. So next target is Fisher. Freitas will lose out, regardless due to pens. But can Keogh snag P2? It's a big chance. Meanwhile, there's another good battle going on at the moment for 7th. BMW, Porsche, Mercedes fighting it out. Interesting combination of cars there. Briscoe does have a penalty though. Scale of 1 to 10, how nervous should I be? Are you nervous for losing P2 or nervous for losing a podium? Because podium you should be pretty confident and excited. P2, yeah, I'd be pretty nervous. Ben Keogh's been possessed. Presses up. Close. Fisher's kind of just knuckled down a bit though this lap. As he takes 5/10 out of him. Keogh's got to be careful doing that.
Yep, definitely maximizing what's allowed.
Maybe I can text my girlfriend to text his girlfriend to get him to slow down. Who are you asking to slow down?
Keogh, I'm assuming?
I think that's just going to speed him up. Oh, I thought there was something off there. Freitas had just dipped his wheels into the dirt. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Speck's had an off. Look, this is how close it is now. The Aston Martins really wanting 1, 2, 3. Fisher's not going to allow it and has covered him off nicely there. But I think Speck's gone into the grass. He had a 5-6 second lead. Penultimate lap, nearly. Oh, we might be able to get 2 more in. A lot of spice. Our final race for round 13. Fisher. Oh, he's gone very deep after Spoon. He's going to lose out. Lost the rears, and there goes Benny Keogh. So at the moment, the Astons are 1, 2, 3 before this corner.
Oh, that was a very close move over.
Wow. I reckon Simon has dropped a nugget or two then. Very deep into the hairpin. So Simon might have a better run out of it here. Freitas is half a second back from Specht. Scenes. So we'll get
Alright, man.
the last lap coming up.
Give it a final push.
You know, if you're Freitas, you don't really need to squeeze past or force the issue because you're not going to finish.
You're
on
dropping
top.
back anyways.
Yeah. Keogh's held on for P3. Provisional P2. Oh, what's going to happen? Something's going to happen this lap. Who's it going to be, Dave?
I think Freitas is just gonna tuck in behind, coast to the end here.
I thought you said he was going to tuck into his bum. Oh, the scenes then in the Aston chat room will not be pleasant. Oh, the Brazilians, Specht and Freitas. Yeah, I don't see them coming together. Freitas does have a 10-second penalty. So Fisher, yeah, don't see that happening. If Fisher has a spin, it's going to be our first ever 1, 2, 3 for any team. Yeah, I think Freitas has just settled down a bit now and just quietly though, Salomon has got himself into play. He's going to look at P5. What, it says Specht P2. Now it says P1 again. So Aston. Before Pens. Oh, they're going to cross the line so close together. Oh, what a race here.
Slow down for the photo op.
Yeah, there's a photo opportunity. Come on, gang. Aston, so close together. Well done.
Leader has finished the race.
And well done, Simon Fisher, picking up P3. It will be after penalties. Lloyd Kurtz crosses the line 5th, but should drop a position. Salomon did very well, also on an alternative strategy. And Clark has held off an absolute swarm of cars to finish 7th. Great battle. Andy Mayer, Keith Briscoe has a penalty. Zach Patterson has been in the wars. Oh, just look at that poor Honda. He got punted into the fence, but has stuck it in there and worked hard and pick up a top 10 posse because Debenhams a bit too far back. I was really expecting to launch that. Debenhams and Sia, 11th and 12th. We've got Sylvester 13th in the Ferrari, crossing the line with teammate Ducharme and Craig Bray, who's got a very banged up Merc there. There might be another car go straight to the skip. Well done, Steve. I mean, Sean. I mean, who? Respect. Crosses the line P1 and leaves before we even get the last person to finish. Hope that doesn't stuff the result sheet because it used to. Bring her home, Craig. There we go. So let's look at the results here. We've got Specht P1, Keo P2, Simon Fisher P3. In the Pro-Am class, Freitas, Sia, Sylvester. In AM class, Castengay, Ducharme and Mahoney. Interesting race indeed.
Certainly. A little scrappy at the start. Other than that, which definitely added to the excitement with the mixed strategies that we saw. Worked for some, didn't work for others.
Yeah, Keo was a man possessed and towards the end of that race. Really, really putting the pressure on. Aston nearly had the 1-2-3 finish, but due to a penalty, Fisher sneaks onto the podium and thoroughly deserved. He had a great race. But thanks very much for joining us again, Dave. Pleasure as always.
Same for me. Good to share the commentary box with you for once.
Yeah, it was very nice. It was very nice. Well, I hope you have a great weekend, mate, and I'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
See you, mate. Thanks for joining us today's stream. Appreciate the support. We'll see you back on Sunday night for our F1 series as we head to Silverstone. Anyway, take care. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.